import service. So, and we want this to be bolden. So you just you bolden it like that. And then you just, once that is done, you just come here and click on updates. And your widget on the front end, at the moment it's appearing as this, but you want to refresh. The moment you refresh, you see that has changed. So you, as a web producer, you're controlling everything on the back end, and it's reflecting on the front end. So that's what we're doing here. So that's what the widget is about. Menus, that's another important area that you might find yourself working with. And I think that might be one of the last things that we'll touch, of course. Now, the menus, you and I, we've used websites, all kinds of websites, and we know what menus are. Menus are these things at the top here. Even things, all these things below here, you can call them menus as well. But usually, the main menus, they appear at the top, right? So at the moment, we have how many menus? 1, 2, 3, 4. Home, services, about us, contact us. And usually, you come to the menus under appearance, where you control the look and feel on the front end. You come to the end. You don't have to remember all of these things. Again, you've done the training. If you've done the training, and then you just happen to like find yourself in a situation whereby you need to maybe add a new menu one day to a WordPress website. You just need to like Google it and be like, how to add new menu to WordPress, because you know that it exists, right? So there's nothing to be crammed at all. So you know that it exists, and then this is a very good, yeah, it's a very good illustration here. Log into the WordPress, go under appearance, and then you find your menus, and then you do create a new menu, blah, 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 blah. And then you find everything there. Yeah, it's actually a well-detailed documentation. So you must be for you to be a good web producer, you must be a really good Googler. I always say, you must be able to Google very well. So at the moment, we have these 4 menus appearing under the main menu, okay? Sometimes you have more than the main menu. Okay, there is something existing as temp, but we're not using it, of course. So we're using main menu or the primary menu at the moment. And if you want to add something else to this list, or to the menu items, you can see most recent. If you check under pages, you might find some pages that are existing, which you might want to add there. Or you can simply click on view all, and you're able to view all of the pages existing on your website at the moment, which you can then add. Say we want to add this rent a place to the top menu. You just need to select it, and then you do add to menu. So, and again, you can drag and drop. You can move it above the contact us like that. Look at that. So it can be above the contact us page. And once you're done, you want to save menu. So now go to your front end. At the moment we have 4, but if you refresh the page, you should now be having 5. Look at that. So that is how you control menu on the front end. And again, don't worry yourself too much. Like tonight is just to introduce you to the WordPress CMS, and just to like quickly show you how things work. But you're gonna be doing things. Tomorrow is gonna be basically hands-on. And in fact, let's see if we can do something tonight now that you guys are here. So you've got menus. Forget about the rest of things here. So the next thing I would like to quickly show you will be the plugins. Now, the plugins, they are very important. It's good for you to know what the plugins are. So plugins are basically additional features that you want to give to your websites, okay? Additional features that you want to give to your websites, which once you have the feature, or once you have the plugin, you don't need to be disturbing a developer to come and be helping you to do it all the time. So the plugins are there just for those new features to be added to your website with ease. So once you have the plugin installed and activated, you should be able to simply go in there. What they will ask you to do on most occasions is that maybe I'm trying to look for a very good example. Let's say, for example, there is a plugin called like Ocean Extra, which is very useful for which adds a feature to your website, which enables users to be able to make payments on your website, for example. So maybe the team has sat down and the business requires that this payment gateway should be installed on the website. And then developers are like, oh, we don't have to start building things from the scratch. We can simply just look for a plugin. So now WordPress has a very huge plugin market. So on the marketplace, there are thousands, in fact, hundreds of thousands of plugins, I'm telling you, that exist right now. Excuse me. That exists right now in WordPress marketplace. And all these plugins are there for different functionalities, for adding different functionalities to your website. So look at this now. This is one plugin which is meant to protect your site from spam. Okay, for spam protection. Look at this one. This is WP security backup. So if you want more security for your WordPress site, you might need this particular plugin for more to back up your website and to increase the speed and growth. Blah 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 blah. There's a lot. There's a lot of them. So these are featured. You might just want to go to like maybe popular. That's another list. So what I'd like you to do, once I give you access tonight, I'd like you to go in there and play around. You just play around and see all kinds of plugins that exist. You might install and uninstall and so on. So you're not going to break anything, don't worry. So to bear in mind, as a web producer, you must have confidence to be able to like explore. Make mistakes sometimes, but try not to make mistakes. But if you make mistakes, that's fine. Own it, and then just find a way of fixing it with the developers. So again, this is why backups exist. Like this particular website, for example, everything has been backed up. So I don't really care whether you break things or not. So feel free to explore and break things if possible. So you've got WooCommerce, for example. This WooCommerce, this is really good plugin for it's used by websites that actually have like a marketplace or that they have that's an e-commerce platform. Okay, so if you want to turn your WordPress site into an e-commerce platform whereby you can sell coats, sell shoes, all of those platforms that you see using WordPress, whereby they are selling stuff on those platforms, yeah, most of them are using WooCommerce. Most of them, in fact, like over 90%, they're using WooCommerce. And if you look at that, you can see that over 5 million active installations are there for this particular plugin. So again, when it comes to like selecting a plugin for certain functionality, you look at a few things. For example, you want to look at the stars. How many stars has a plugin got? This one has got 5 stars. Amazing. And it's got over 5 million active installations. So this is good for to improve your WordPress SEO, of course, because you want to get your website up there in Google search results, right? When people search for keywords that your website or your business is using. So definitely you want your website to come on top. So just SEO, I've used this very much, helps to guide you. Actually it's indicates to you whether your content is rich enough or not. So, or if you're using certain keywords that you really intended to use in your content or not. So all of those things that would boost your search engine optimization for your websites. Yeah, so Yoast SEO actually helps you in fulfilling those. This Elementor website builder, for example, this one is a big machine on its own. If you install this plugin, it's going to turn your WordPress completely into an easy drag and drop website builder. So beyond what the developers have built for you guys, you might want to have the what's it now, the flexibility of adding more fields or more things to your pages. So Elementor would actually help you to do that. It will enable you to be able to drag and drop things. But I mean, we've got several alternatives to this existing out there, of course. So Contact Form 7, for example, that's a plugin. Remember the term plugin, we are talking about plugins, right? This is a plugin that will help you to actually add contact form to your website. So yeah, and again, you might find yourself in a situation whereby you never have to either install a plugin for the business, or you don't even have to manage the plugin at all. But the highest you might be doing might be, okay, update the plugin. So what that means is if you click on plugins, it's going to show you the first view that you see will be a list of all of the plugins existing on the website, right? But look at, if we go top down on this particular website now, you can see all these things. This is telling me that there is a new version of Elementor Pro available, which is this. But what I'm using at the moment, the new version is 3.16.2, but the old one I have on this website is 3.12.2. So WordPress will indicate to you that, oh, this plugin that you're using is already outdated. You might want to update it. And if you want to update it, you just need to click on update now. All of these things showing red for you is just saying to you that, okay, this is saying that please add it on the license page, add license. It's asking me to add some API license key, which I've not added. But in some cases, you might find all of them just turning red, which or yellow like this, which just means that you need to update the plugins. And your work as the web producer might just be to come in here, you select that plugin that you need to update, okay? And then you go to the top and click on updates. That is it. You click on update and then you click on apply, and it's going to update that plugin for you. Okay, so that's just about plugins. We can't really go like too deep tonight. I've shown you how to add a new plugin, and I've mentioned that you can either upload the plugin if the developers have given you the plugin to upload for the business. And uploading is very straightforward. You only need to click on this button here, and then this thing will appear for you. And then you just want to click on choose file. And the moment you click on choose file, it's going to pop your window, and then you'll be able to select, the plugin as a zipped file and install. And you just sit back. The moment you click on sit back, install, you just sit back, and WordPress is doing all the work for you. So again, you might find yourself never even have to do this. But just to mention again, I've trained people who actually, another way they are making money on different platforms is helping different businesses install plugins. I'm telling you, this tech world is just crazy. A lot of opportunities. There's too many opportunities around even a single career or even a single role that people don't even see. So if you are registered on Upwork or the platform like Fiverr or People Work or whatever all those things are, Jolancer and stuff, your main work can just be helping businesses or helping people to manage their website or to help them upload plugins. You upload the plugins, you install it for them, and then you just sit back. So, but in some cases, there might be like some further configuration to be done, but then they will come with instructional manual that you will follow. All right. So all these things are very easy to do. But again, until you've actually laid your hands on them, you will still be seeing them as really, really complicated. And like I mentioned to you, there's a lot of plugins existing, millions. I mean, I'll say thousands of plugins, not millions, hundreds of thousands of plugins existing. For WordPress. So the next thing I would like to quickly mention is, the last grouping of the features in WordPress, which is WordPress website management, right? Website management. So, and this is the point where we're going to end, because I would like to show you and at the same time actually add you guys to this platform. Okay, so as I'm talking, I would like you to please send me the email addresses that you would like me to use to add you guys in the chats. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to add you as administrator, because another work that you might find yourself doing for the team or in your company where you find yourself would be to be managing users. We call that identity and access management. All right. So when you go again to the left section of the admin dashboard, you find users. When you click on users, you see different options appearing under here. But the view that you see is actually, the first view that you see is on all users. So this should consist of all of the users that are present on your website. So to add a new user, you just want to come here and click add new. And this is going to be part of the tasks that I'm going to give to you guys tomorrow. You're going to be adding users, maybe using an alternative email address that you've got. So say we want to add this person, for example, TT Crown 1. I'm just going to add, I'll give the name as TT Crown. Okay. Administrator. Good. So all of us have been added as administrators now on the platform. Now, the first question is, so how do you log into the dashboard? But remember what I mentioned right in the beginning, that any website at all that is using WordPress, where you find yourself, you need to find the actual domain name, and then you do /WP admin. So I'm going to drop you the link for the dashboard to log into the backend for this particular site. And it's all the same everywhere you find yourself, any WordPress website, unless they've actually changed it for security reasons or for certain reasons. Yeah. So, and I think that's where we're going to stop tonight. Now, just within the next 2 minutes, let me see, what was the last slide here? Okay. So I wanted to mention that your main job as a web producer on a WordPress CMS website would be this acronym here. This acronym here, I want it to be ringing as bell in your head, because, yeah, some of you might have come across it. We call it CRUD. So C for create. So you'll be creating posts or creating pages, creating all kinds of things. If you find yourself on an e-commerce website, you might be creating items or whatever, for the website. You'll be creating products for them. All right. So you'll be doing a lot of that. And then reading. So you'll be doing a lot of like reading what you've created, just making sure that everything looks perfect. So reading just is the same thing as say, like viewing. So you're viewing what you've created for that particular website. Very, very important. And then updates. Say, the content is already existing. They need you to go in there and update the content for the site. Yes, that's part of the things that you find yourself doing. And then deleting. So every other thing that you'll be doing on the site can actually be categorized under one or all of these things that we've specified with the acronym. So CRUD, very, very important, just for you to bear in mind. And then lastly, within the next 1 minute, so tomorrow, what we're going to be doing is to be working with this board. So this board is called Trello board. Now, I mentioned to you earlier that we've got what we call a workflow management tool. And depending on where you find yourself, there are different tools out there that different companies use as workflow management tool. One of the popular ones is Jira. Okay, Jira is very, very popular. You have maybe Monday.com, you have Asana, you have like a long list of all of them, really. So, but Trello is very, very popular, especially in the UK. So Trello is so popular that, in fact, Jira has bought Trello now. So Trello belongs to Jira. So what it is that wherever you find yourself, you're going to be using a tool like this. So, all of these tasks that you'll be given, it's not that they'll be calling you and be telling you that, oh, can you do this on the, or they'll be emailing all the time. While, if you keep going back and forth through email threads, you might be losing some details. So therefore, we have what we call ticketing system. So now, we've used this in the past, and a lot of candidates have actually really, really appreciated because they eventually found themselves using the tickets. So we this Trello. So you will find different columns. For example, the first column can be backlog. And again, it's totally dependent on how the business wants to operate. So you find the first column called backlog. Backlog will have all of the tickets that they've not assigned to anybody. So if you look at this first ticket that I've created here now, I said task 1, WP, create a new user account with an auto role, and I've actually tagged it to WordPress. So this is what I intended to give you guys. But again, we don't have time, of course. So, and I've not assigned it to anyone at all. If you look at some other tickets that are existing here, they have different people's names, that have been assigned. They've been assigned to different people in the past. Okay. So the first column will be backlog of tickets. Second column will be to do. So the moment a ticket has been assigned to you, we move it to do. So you move it, or maybe I'll move it, or maybe the person that is your manager will move the ticket to be like, okay, I'm assigning this to you now, and then I'm gonna add you. I'm gonna add you to the tickets, and then I'm going to move it to do. So the moment you get that, you'll get a notification telling you, okay, this ticket has been moved to do and it's been assigned to you. So you want to jump in right away and pick up that ticket and start working on it. So now, if you're working on it, you just move it to doing. That I'm already doing, I'm working, it's in progress. I'm working on this ticket right now. It's in progress. Okay. Now, once you've completed the task, then you move it to task in review. Okay. And then at that point, you can add a comment. So you click on the tickets. So what I've done now is just to click on the tickets. At any point in time, even when the ticket is in progress, if you have questions or anything, you can just come here and put comments. You can add comments here, and then you mention the name of the person that you want to address the comment to, like at. If you say at somebody, anyway, it's just this is just a quick one. Tomorrow we'll work with this in detail, and if you're not able to attend tomorrow, don't worry. You just, once you have time, watch the videos, and then you play with things, and then if you have questions, I can definitely find time during the week to show you again. And then once the task has been done, it's going to be moved to done. All right, and you see you get some that's like that's so cool. They've just added all of those things there. So you see now, so once the ticket is done, and that's the end. So this is the ticketing system that we'll be using. This is the workflow management tool that we'll be using.